Hello, everybody. It is Coach Cherese here. If you haven't met me before, well, now you're meeting me today. And welcome to the Academic World Changers channel. And we're going to talk about that stuff today. Okay. If you are interested in being part of the change, please use the email drpim2020 to book a session. Okay. You can book sessions with myself, and I'll get into that at the end of the video, but let's get into why we watched. Okay. So today we are going to be talking about the attachment theory. Yeah. Anybody love the attachment theory? Yeah. Okay. Well, you'll love it after this. So what comes to mind when you think attachment theory? What names come to mind when you think of the attachment theory? Okay. Gave you a little minute. Hopefully the names that came to mind were Margaret, Mahler, Ainsworth, Bowlby, and Lorenz. Okay. So for the test, and you say for the NCE, CPCE, the names that need to come to mind for attachment theorists are Margaret, Mahler, Ainsworth, Bowlby, and Lorenz. So let's talk about what is attachment and attachment life cycle. The attachment life cycle is when baby's needs are either getting met or unmet. Okay. So as you see in my example on the screen, baby has a need. Baby cries, need gets met, trust is developed, right? So when we talk about Erickson's trust or mistrust, it has everything connection to do with this attachment lifestyle, right? Margaret, Mahler, Ainsworth, Bowlby, and a little bit of Lorenz, they just exacerbated. That's all they did. And so if you think about some of the theories that we're going to get into, if the baby cries, right, the baby's need, the baby cries, and the baby's need does not get met, then mistrust is developed. So we're going to get into each one of those theories and how they play a part in this attachment lifestyle. Okay. And most importantly, what you need to know for the test. Okay. Okay. So the attachment life cycle in itself and the attachment theory is most closely related to Margaret Mahler. Margaret Mahler, her root of it was the object's relations. So we have an object, in this case, which would be mother or father, right? And if there's a consistent relationship with that object, i.e. the child with mother, then that develops a well-trusting relationship. That is the constancy she talks about, okay? So in those first 36 months, we go through the fusion, the symbiosis. You may see fusion on the test as autism, but that's the first stage. And then we go into our symbiosis and our separation, and then the constancy of the self and object. At the end of those 36 months, if that object constancy is not consistent, Margaret Mahler says for the test, you have an attachment issue, you be borderline, you be narcissistic. Okay? And that's because your needs have not been met because there was not any trust. And that's why I went through the life cycle first, so you can understand, oh, Cherese, I get it. The object relations of the mother, if that need, that trust or mistrust, like you talk about with Erik Erikson, if that does not happen in the first 36 months, then they're going to be borderline. They're going to be narcissistic. They're going to develop attachment issues, all right? And those attachment issues become attachment styles, all right? So that's when we get into Ainsworth and Bowlby. Ainsworth and Bowlby's attachment theory, which is the modern day term. So when we talk about object relations theory, it's the same concept of the attachment theory. So on the test, you're going to see it. They're going to say Margaret Mahler's object relation, which is now attachment theory. Okay. So it's the same concept. All right. And so when they talk about Ainsworth and Bowlby in that question, they're talking about the psychological bonding of relationship. So did I develop trust or did I develop distrust? Am I secure or am I anxious, fearful, and avoidant? And those are the type of attachment styles or issues that can be developed if the attachment is not secure. So if there's no trust, I'm gonna have an anxious attachment with people. Okay. If my mom was not there and never showed up, I'm going to be full of relationships with people. If my mom was over there for everything and all things, right, then I'm going to have anxious attachment with other people. And then if my mother had showed up and she was sometimes there, but then would avoid me and then would just sit me with an iPad, there would be a sense of avoidance. So then I would have an avoidant attachment. Okay. So Ainsworth and Bowlby came up with that secure attachment style, which is the positive self-goal. That's the goal. Raise your hand if you have a secure attachment. It's okay if you don't. As an attachment therapist, we can help you get to, okay? There is a way. That's why we are counselors. All right? And if you have an insecure attachment, all I tell my students all the time, relate to it. How do you fall in it? Be honest with yourself. That's the best way of self-awareness as a counselor. Be honest. So if I'm insecure, I'm falling into one of those avoidant fear or anxious attachment. And that is Ainsworth and Bowlby, attachment theory. And just to go back, Margaret, Mahler, same concept, object relations, 36 months, I'm a narcissist, a borderline, or I got an attachment style issue. Okay? So then we get to Lorenz. Lorenz talks about the imprinting. Cherese, what to do with attachment? Because look at the mommy duck. The mommy duck imprints on her duckling, developing an attachment of trust for the babies. And guess what? Then the ducklings follow. So that imprinting is a form of attachment with the baby duck. Right? So you ever see a child and, you're, or you have a child and you're like, why did they do that? Reflect to yourself, have I been imprinting on my child? Most likely you have. Okay? And that's when we can get into our other models and other theories like learn by watching and adore all those beautiful people, because the attachment theory has very much to do with our trust and mistrust and our security with our parent. So what they do, we become, and that's why that imprinting of what Lorenz says is how we develop trust. Okay? So, question of the day. Here we go. Bowlby's work is closely associated with, right? So let's break this down. This is how I teach how you got to stay in your question. What's your question asking? It's asking Bowlby's work is closely related to, right? Well, first, who's Bowlby? Okay, no, Bowlby, she just talked about Bowlby is one of those attachment theories. We see them with Ainsworth and Margaret Mahler and then Lorenz. And then Lorenz, right? Got it. Now let's read through our choices. We got Maslow, we got Jung, we got Erikson, my boy, and we have Lorenz. Now, I know you're probably like, Cherese, I know the answer, but let me teach you how you can make, how this could be so innate for you on the test. So now, Maslow, who's Maslow? Hierarchy, right? Oh, is he related to Bowlby? That's who Bowlby was attachment? No. Jung. Who's Jung? Carl Jung. Marshall head indicator. You're tight. Unconscious. None of that's in the question. So, it's not Jung. Okay. Erikson. I did mention Erik Erikson as trust versus mistrust, but he is not an attachment theorist. He's a developmental social guy. Okay. And I don't see nothing on here that's asking about what are his 8 stages and talking about that piece of development. So I've crossed out A, I crossed out B. D sounds like Cherese mentioned, but let's see who Lorenz is. And Lorenz, who did I just say Lorenz is? Imprinting, exactly. So I said for the test, the names that we need to know in relation to attachment theory are Margaret Mahler, Ainsworth, Bowlby, and Lorenz. So what's our answer, everybody? What's our answer? Yes, our answer is D. In all of our other videos, there's a bell. I don't have a bell, so I'm just going to D. Okay? So that's how you break down the question. Okay? So just to review, we have A, Maslow hierarchy needs. Jung, that's our neo-Freudian unconscious psychodynamic. Like Erik Erikson, our psychosocial 8 stages. But our answer is Lorenz because he's imprinting, and that has everything to do with the trust and attachment theory that we're talking about today. Good stuff. Okay. So, in conclusion, Margaret Mahler, we have those developmental stages of our attachment. So she has the object relations, which is very much still attachment, right? Those 36 months, that symbiosis fusion, right? The separation, okay? Those are our stages and our phases. Now, for the test, are they going to be super particular about them? Yeah, I'm sure. But you need to be familiar with her in relation to Ainsworth, Bowlby, who we talked about, the attachment styles, that bonding, okay? That bonding with the parent, that initial bond to build the secure or insecure attachment. And then Lorenz and the baby ducklings. Remember the baby ducklings for Lorenz. That's your key word. And the imprinting. And they're walking and they're imprinting and they're following on because of the trust and that imprinted on them. All right. So like this video. Let me know if you need more like this, because I can bust them out. If you're interested in coaching sessions with myself, here's my personal email like we talked about. So Cherese, right there at the top where it says Coach Cherese, ACWC at Gmail, or you can always email Dr. Pam 2020. I fill up quick, I'm not going to lie, right? I do have coupon codes on the screen. You can email me for those coupon codes where you can get in session with me immediately. All right. Like, ring the bell, subscribe. We have more short coming on. Me, myself personally, I'm coming on with some more to help you out because I really desire for you to obsess. You can do it. You can do it. It's been a pleasure, everyone. I pray and hope you enjoyed this video. I will see y'all soon.